Aarhus University offers part of the Viking and Medieval Norse Studies programme, an international 2-year graduate programme leading to an MA degree. The first 2 semesters take place at the University of Iceland in Reykjavik. In the 3rd semester, the students can choose between courses at Aarhus University, Denmark, the University of Copenhagen, Denmark, or the University of Oslo, Norway. The 4th and final semester is reserved for writing a master's thesis. At Aarhus University, the Department of Aesthetics and Communication, in collaboration with the Department of Culture and History, offers wide-ranging expertise in many of the subject areas covered by the programme. Aarhus University promotes a vibrant interdisciplinary milieu, and scholars in the various departments are keen to work with international students, both as teachers and course coordinators. Aarhus University offers special expertise in the fields of literary analysis, literary and cultural theory, including narrativity, memory studies, orality and literacy, reception studies, Old Norse mythology, comparative religion and anthropological theory, and material history.
Aarhus is excellent for interdisciplinary work. It has, you can do things in archaeology, in history, you study at the Department of Theology, you study literature, and you study oral theory, you can study runes, and you can have an opportunity to do all of this, which is a very, very rare occurrence, and which I think is one of Aarhus's great strengths as a university.
The thing with medieval studies in Aarhus is that they're very interdisciplinary. And this is also one of the things that I absolutely love with the studies here, is that we work together. It's not just the literary department where I belong to, but it's also history, you also have archaeology, you also have theology, and all the students mix from these studies. So sometimes you're sitting at a studies on this, at a course on sagas, but you're also sitting with the archaeology students. So in that sense, you get a very dynamic student life. It's not just us that are studying exactly the same and focusing on exactly the same. You get a more lively discussion of things. And that's also when people they will take you, people from archaeology might invite you to the Friday bar in archaeology department, or so you bond in a good way. Because of course we're basically all interested in the same thing. We're all interested in the Viking studies.
I'm a literary scholar working with different Old Norse genres, prose, poetry, sagas and mythology. And what I like to discuss with these texts are the questions of genre, questions of different ways of narration, narratology. And I like to discuss also how we can approach these medieval texts. What kind of methodological concerns do we need to have in mind when studying these old texts? My inspiration in my research comes from mainly literary theory and cultural theory. Recently I have been dealing with memory studies and have been inspired as well by theories of orality and literacy.
I'm an historian of religion, and I teach a lot of different religions, teach a lot of courses about various religious phenomena, but my special field is pre-Christian Nordic religion. As a scholar of religion, it is of course very important to have something in common with the people that are dealing with the source material, both the archaeological part of it and the literary part of it. So I have very close cooperation with literary scholars as well as archaeologists, and we have seminars and so on.
My teaching, which is in the program of Scandinavian languages and literature, is of course inspired by these research interests. However, even if my teaching is in this program, I like to coordinate my teaching with colleagues in other departments at the university, which means that for international students, when they come to Aarhus, it is possible for them to take classes which are all taught in English, both by me in the Scandinavian department and by colleagues from other disciplines, which means that a student from here could have a kind of a course package, which is interdisciplinary, and which means that you could have taken a class within history, within the history of religion, or even within archaeology.
Runic inscriptions and runic stones in general are of course very important, both because of the inscriptions, but also the picture stones are really important. And one of the famous stones is the so-called Aarhus mask on a runic stone which was found outside Aarhus many years ago now, but which has become quite famous for also for religious studies.
Well, originally I came here for summer school, and I just absolutely fell in love with the place.
I went to the summer schools, and I found that the summer schools really helped me because I was able to get in contact with academics of world-class stature. And Aarhus has been able to consistently attract these academics again and again to come to the summer schools, to come to conferences, to come to lectures, to be guest lecturers. And it's to be in contact with these people and then to get to know them personally, all lovely people, and to get to know what they're doing and to be taught directly by them.
We encourage international cooperation, which means that we invite to Aarhus University international colleagues or scholars who have the chance to do their research at Aarhus University. Also, we have conferences, we have smaller symposiums, but also we had recently hosted the big Saga conference, the 15th International Saga Conference. And at that occasion, many more than 300 Saga scholars visited Aarhus and had a chance to discuss Saga scholarship in the environment of Aarhus University.
The thing with Aarhus is, first and foremost, it is actually a Viking town. It was founded in the Viking Age. You can go into the city centre. There's a free Viking museum which preserves underneath the Nordea Bank an actual Viking remains, archaeological remains. Mosgård Museum is a world-class museum which is full of artefacts, which is full of runestones. You also have the layout of the city streets follows the old pattern of the Viking settlements. And you have in the most ancient church there, Frøkirke, a crypt from 1060, so around the Viking Age. So you feel that you're really part of history. And then it's also very easy to go to Viking Age sites around Aarhus, and Aarhus is very blessed with having a lot of these places nearby. And the university has always been very good, through the summer schools and through classes, to take people on these trips. And I've been very lucky myself to have been to Jelling, to been to Ribe, to Furkat. I've been to see most of the great Viking Age monuments around here. And there's one thing to read about the Viking Age in a book, and there's another thing to actually go to where they were and to see things that they've made.
Fríðum allir, róstefnu til, sólsiglaðar, hafa snarið berjast sem þeir berjast. Fríðum allir, róstefnu til.